Hello! Today I'm trying to make some drawer for my desk since there is always a lot of things on it and I need them so that I can sort my stuff out. I'm gonna use some pine. You can see that I took 2 plank. I didn't want to spend a lot since the top of my desk is not in any hardwood, it's just softwood that I had that I kind of didn't care about. Just wanted something quick and easy to get so I could have a desk. You can see how the drawer is gonna look, and now we are gonna try to assemble. I pretty much only 30-degree angle on the plank. This is basically the only step that I made off camera, and you can see that I'm trying simply to assemble it and look at how things are gonna be, if I need to make any other cut or if everything's alright. For now, I think that everything is gonna look great. Now we are going to cut the bottom of the drawer for the feet of the desk. It ain't going to be easy since the only saw that I have is this Japanese steel saw that I have in my hand right now. This is a $10 saw that I bought on Temu. So really not the best, I wouldn't recommend, but still it does the job. I also don't have the special sauce that you can make a small cut like that. So I decide, as you will see, to make a multiple cut, but obviously it didn't really work as well as I intended. I should have honestly take any other way. Maybe with my answer I could have done multiple pass, but hey, I tried, didn't work. Next time I'm gonna try something else. Also, you're gonna see that I didn't make a lot of cut. I wanted to do more, but since it's fine, you cannot do more cut than what I did because the wood is too soft and I feared a bit to rip too much of it, and after that it would have been atrocious. So yeah, I just tried to trust the process, but at the end it wasn't that beautiful or really a good cut. But we'll see with the chisel. It worked really well though. Again, the wood is so soft, it's really easy to do. There is really just the nut that was a bit more hard, but still worked. Just that I needed to put a little more effort. Right there I realized it was way simpler if I just took the saw. Again, you see really well that I'm not right in the spot, but from the other side it didn't seem that bad. It would have been a lot simpler if I had any other tools, but you do what you can with what you have, and at the end of the day, the important thing is that the result makes something. You can see right now that it's a tight fit. It was a bit too much. I needed to saw a little part from each side, and you're gonna see later that I needed to saw even more than what I thought. That was way easier than I thought. It was really easy to do, but only for one side. The other side was a bit more hard. I don't really know why. Maybe just my grip was bad for the other side, I guess. So then again, you can see that right now I think everything's alright because I believe that it's gonna open and that it's gonna work, since I've been making I'm doing a bit of testing and it seems about right. But then again, I misjudged that and I needed to cut a bit more at the end. So right now we're gonna try to assemble everything. I'm just putting back the board to be sure that everything's alright. You're gonna see a bit of a gap. The gap didn't didn't went nowhere. I should say, so I needed to arrange that too because it was a bit atrocious and it was really big gap. The easy part was assemble. I simply use dowel, and right there you can see I just use a little jig. That's basically a I believe $10 jig from Amazon. You can find that pretty much anywhere. It's really not the best, but it's do the job for what it is, and at the end, it do the job for what it is, so it's alright. This is my way of putting glue on. I'm just spreading the glue with a dowel, and after that I'm just dipping it in, and you only need to put the plank on it, press a bit, and you'll finish, just like that. Now I'm gonna saw the ends so that I will have a clean cut. You can see right there that I'm just using a piece of cardboard, and I'm gonna make a half circle, so right there I can put the saw on it, and you can pretty much make a flush cut. Sometimes it doesn't perfectly work, and you can see right there the gap, the piece of wood that I needed to put. Now we are going to move to the hinge. I needed one since the door need to open, of course, well, obviously. So right there you can see that I'm just drawing the shape of the hinge. I just want to know where it's gonna land and what I'm gonna need to take out. I choose to use a chisel since I saw some people do it and it looked kind of fun. It was a bit harder than I thought, and again the wood is really soft, so as you can see it ripped right out just with the push of my hand, so it was really weak, but still could be done. It was a lot of fun. It was hard at the beginning, but the result was quite nice. On the first testing, it was way too high for what I wanted. I really wanted to be flush with the wood. Now it's time to try again. You're gonna see that I'm still missing a bit, and I'm gonna need to make a bit of cleanup. My chisel technique wasn't the greatest since it was my first time, but still it worked, so that's what's important. But you can see, right now you can see there is a lot of cleanup to do. It's a lot bad after the cleanup, and I need a bit of a hammer because I don't have enough power just with my hands. I don't have the best spot to work like that. I'm basically just putting my feet on the other end of the board right now. You can see. So yeah, pretty hard to do. Well, pretty hard to do like that. And now we have, I believe it was the best result I could have achieved with the tool I had. Now we are simply going to use the jig again, just so that I can fix it on the desk. You're gonna see that I have tape on the drill bit. It's normal, it's just to know the depth of my plunge, and after that I'm gonna use that tape to reference the cut of the dowels so that I know the length of the dowel. And you are going to understand really fast how I measure. I basically just took the dowel and put it at the side of the drill, and you double that since you are going to need to reference the other part on the desk. You can see right there that I'm going to cut back a little piece of it because it was a bit too long. You really don't want it to be you really want it to be the perfect length, because if it's too long it ain't gonna work, and plank will not be flush with the desk. It's gonna have maybe a hinge, or well, maybe less than a hinge, but still the plank wouldn't fit on the desk. Now for reference, I'm just using green paint. It's the simplest way to reference it on the desk. It's easy, it's fast, it's convenient. I highly recommend. You basically just need to reference your plank on something that is already installed on your desk, and after that you just need to push the plank up. I was a bit scared there then that the paint would just fall off since the plank fell inside, but everything was alright. So now we are going to test it. Gonna see that I reference it on the wood that's already on the desk. Just gonna do a simple 90-degree on the bottom piece of the video, and just like that, when I'm ready, I just need to press the board. Now we still need the jig, but it's way easier. We are just using the green paint, and we are drilling right into it. Then again, you make your first hole, and after that you use the tape so that you can be at the right. Again, this is my technique to put glue, a bit of glue on the dowel, and I put it on the hole, and after that a bit on the plank, and now you can see that I basically just need to press the plank up. And right then I wanted a bit more security, so I drilled a hole on the side. It was really not needed, but I just don't want it to fall, so it's simpler to just do that, and it doesn't take a lot of time. And you can see that there is a little cat that is very interested in. I'm putting clamp, but honestly it wouldn't be necessary. It was already pretty much solid and they didn't want it to slip out, but better be safe than sorry, guys. And now you can see how the drawer is looking, and there is no mechanism right now, and you can see that I need to make another cut, as I said earlier, so I'm still gonna use my little saw. I had to take everything off, but it was at the end only 3 screws, and just like that you can see that the angle is way longer and that it finally work. Now all I'm gonna need is to do a little mechanism. What I use is my 3D printer, my Ender 3V2, to make this mechanism. You can see right about now that I'm using a magnet. There is one on the top, one on the bottom, and just in a second you're gonna see the other piece. So I needed a lot of try, but at the end it worked. And you can see that I only have one screw and some glue. I don't intend to put everything on the drawer, so I don't need a lot of strength. Right there. I tried to put some glue on the end, tried that it would work, but it wasn't the best. That was pretty much the intent, but it really didn't work. And now this is the end result. You can see that it's not everything that is perfect, but still it worked. You can see the hinge in the back, the mechanism, you can see the screw that says bit out. I could unscrew it more, and I don't have the attachment to put it on my drill so that I can in tight space. Could 3D print something so that it's a bit more sturdy, but it's okay for what I put in.